What is up, YouTube? What is up, friend? It's your boy Tehziii here, and welcome to the I Don't Have a Name Yet podcast, part one. I don't have a name for this podcast yet. To be honest, I don't even really know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be speaking about a bunch of different topics right now, but I have a few that are dear to me, which are anime, some other stuff that I wanted to talk about, just in general. I just felt like I needed something different to do, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to just start my podcast. I've wanted to do one for a long time, but I've always tried to get other people to join. I've always tried to do a podcast with more than one person, and that's just difficult. You know what I mean? We're young, we're free. Everybody wants to go do something. Everybody wants to go do that. Nobody really wants to like spend the time to. All right, you know what? Let me just sit down every week at this time and actually do a podcast with somebody. It's just hard. Okay, it's just hard to find somebody who's like actually trying to do the same thing that you are, has the same thing in mind, and then will put the same amount of importance onto something that you're doing. So it's difficult, but so basically, my point is, I'm just gonna do it on my own. Fuck it, let's do it on our own. We have a bunch of different segments. If you see me looking at my phone, it's because it's my first podcast and I gotta get used to it. I did, however, put down some notes. Very simple, just topics. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was the freaking anime that we watched, or that I watched recently. I've been watching 3 anime. One of them you can see right here. It's Doctor Stone. The other one is One Piece. The other one is obviously Demon Slayer. I'm waiting for Fire Force to come in because, to be honest, Demon Slayer and Fire Force came out at the same time, and I feel like Fire Force rivals Demon Slayer and how freaking good it is. I feel like all the anime are extremely fast paced. That's why, for example, this one I believe is only on its third season and is already ramping up to the point where like these guys are already on the ocean. I feel like every episode they come up with this new freaking invention, and it's just like, oh, by the way, you forget everything that you need to create an engine, right? Like, you don't need to learn the whole part. This is how you make an engine. Boom, engine completed. And I feel like that's literally every single episode. But this anime is just feel good. I literally use it just to forget about anything. Like this anime, when I'm watching it, it's just like feel good, happy, nothing matters type thing. You know what I mean? You don't need too much. It's almost like an isekai anime where it's like you don't need to explain shit, bro. Just have it happen. Even though you do learn a lot, he does have a lot of like, they do teach you a lot of stuff that you would have never ever in your mind even thought about, right? But at the same time, it's really quickly. Like the guy went from, Stone Age to let's make a cell phone. Let's create a satellite. Or not a satellite, but a giant freaking thing, like basically cell phone tower that we could talk to each other. And then let's create a sonar while we're at it. And then let's use it to catch fish. And it's like all of it is cool. It's fun to watch, at least. It's very fun to watch. But at the end of the day, man, that's what this is for. This episode right here, what happened was they were finally able to get onto the freaking boat. They finally made the boat and they dipped to go look for the island. You ready for this? The island where his dad had fallen from the sky and landed there. So the only people that survived this whole thing supposedly, besides Y Man, right? So they're gonna go see what's going on over there. I'm excited for this anime, but it's like I said, it's nothing like crazy excitement. I'm more of like a fighting guy. You know what I mean? Like regular shonen type shit, but it's okay. I use this anime just to watch to have fun. It's like the same reason why I used to watch that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Like I wasn't expecting to be super hyped about it, but it was a fun pastime. It's a good way to kill some time. The second anime that we're gonna talk about is actually my favorite anime of right now, maybe of all time. It's very difficult for me to say that sentence, of all time, because I, I I am a Naruto head. All right, Naruto was the first anime that I watched completely through. Naruto was the first anime that I fell in love with. None about this freaking DBZ. None of that. It was always Naruto. And if you have been following anime for the longest time, the rivalry between people who like Naruto and people who like One Piece never freaking ends. In fact, I didn't watch One Piece for years because I liked Naruto, and people would suggest me to watch One Piece. But when they did it, they would talk shit about Naruto. Which, by the way, guys, if you want somebody to watch an anime that you like, the best way to do that is just to suggest it, give them some examples of like the best thing that you've ever seen about it, and then leave it there. Like your favorite parts. That's it. And then just drop it. Don't go around telling them some crazy thing about how this and that, and it's better than Naruto because Naruto's blah blah, or it's better than their favorite anime because of this, because of that. Nobody gives a shit, bro. Just tell them to watch it, and if they watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. Who cares? It's none of your business anyways. Alright, but today's episode of One Piece, holy fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the animation was amazing. I wasn't expecting them to, like, do as much as they did in terms of, like, the animation. I really liked the whole little, like, cartoonish. It reminded me of when they animated Madara, and all of a sudden it just turned into this, like, almost like a sketch type anime. Let me you'll see it up here once the good part starts. But it turns into, like, this, like, almost like crudely drawn anime, but it looks so freaking great, man. Right here, look at this. Look at this. It looks like it was just, like, sketched, but it just adds so much to it, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I will say this: it's literally the best part of the episode. The best part of the episode. I've never really been a fan of Sanji. I feel like even now, this whole fight has been very weirdly choreographed, I guess you could say. It goes from, like, him running away, him running away, him running away, him running away. At this point, man, we're 1,000 episodes in, okay? And I just feel like Sanji needs to get over the fact that he likes women. That's my opinion. This is why, although I really love the animation, I love the fact that Sanji was able to, like, grow as a freaking pirate and grow as a member of the Straw Hat Pirates. At the same time, though, the guy needs to grow mentally, and I feel like maybe this is what they did, but it's so freaking late and it takes so long. Like, I'm sorry if I'm offending the Sanji heads out there, because some people will be like, Sanji versus Zoro, who's better? I think at this point it's clear, right? At this point it's clear who's second, who's the first commander of the freaking Straw Hat Pirates, and who's the second. And to be honest, I wouldn't even put Sanji second. I'd probably put Jinbei second, and then I would put Sanji third in terms of strength. Man, it's just saddening, dude. Like, the episode was great, animation was great, Sanji's growth was great. I just wish it happened a lot earlier. I feel like it's too little too late. You know what I mean? The dude has just been obsessed with women for the longest time, and I think it's affected my ability to even like him, to be honest. I feel like him constantly running away from things, and even in this situation where it's like you're in the middle of a fight and you're sitting there thinking about, like, whether or not you're going to be able to, like, care about women and saving them or become heartless and blah blah. And it's like, man, I get it, some internal struggle, but the same thing happened in freaking when he was with Big Mom, and even the fight that he had with the spider lady, which I forgot her name. It's like, this whole time, bro, you could just be fighting. You literally could just be fighting, but instead you're just prolonging these weird moments. And it's like, you didn't, like, I know, Oda. I get it. You use Sanji to set up freaking, to set up Robin for her moment to shine. But at the same time, it's like, you didn't have to do that. Those kinds of moments just piss me off, because it makes me feel like, yo, Sanji, it's been so long and you're still on this. You're still in that same mindset, bro. You're at episode 1060. Come on, man. I still love the episode. Animation was great. Sanji's new move was great. His understanding of, how to use his body and his power-ups, great. All good. Just a little too late in my taste. Now we got my guy Tanjiro. Alright, listen, this anime right here, I have never seen such a fast-paced anime in my life. In my life. We're on episode 5. They're already fighting the freaking Upper Moon demons. The crazy part about it is it seems like they already defeated one. We're only on episode 4, which really confuses me, because it's like, okay, he was in Upper Moon 5. They still have the Upper Moon 4 to fight. But was the Upper Moon 5 that easy to beat? Tanjiro beat him with one move. Obviously, it's one move that he doesn't know how to use by himself, right? Like, the move that he used was his sister's Blood Moon Art. Blood Moon Art, I think is what she calls it. But the thing is, it's like, at the same time, bro, they freaking took out it looked like they took out the Upper Moon 5 already. And if they did, like, bro, we're only on episode 5. Now you got two Hashira, and Tanjiro there. It's like, there's no way this guy, this Upper Moon 4, is gonna survive. So unless they didn't defeat the the Upper Moon 5, and soon the Upper Moon 4 and 5 become a team and they all fight together, then maybe, right? Then it's like 5 against Tanjiro, Nezuko. I guess 5 actually. Tanjiro, Nezuko, uh, the two Hashira, and then the guy who I think might be a demon. I think he's on the same level of Nezuko, but for whatever reason, he can control it a little better. And you know what? It makes sense because this whole time, since like, the beginning of the freaking season, this dude has not been eating. He's been avoiding his dinner. If I remember correctly, he wasn't eating dinner. And he lost a tooth and it grew back, which all kind of points to the fact that he's a demon. And now you see him with demon teeth and shit like that. So it's like, okay, maybe he's like Nezuko who can control it. But then it's like, did he choose to become one, or did he get bit by one? Like what exactly happened there? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Bro, no matter what though, this anime is way too fast paced for my 100% liking, I guess I could say. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great, but I feel like we could slow it down a little bit. Slow it down un poquito. Because I don't know how many episodes this season is, but if they got a quota to me, bro, you could tell. You could tell. You could tell because the episode 5 already being one of the freaking upper moons that's there, man. Unless it's like the another upper moon shows up. I know there was a second one, a third one. I think it was the upper moon 2 that was like asking to know where the place was because he wanted to go help as well. So it's like great episode, but goddamn, it's fast. Great episode though. Tanjiro being able to use that move, and then we saw Hinogami Kagura. You know what I mean? His scar came in, and it was like, oh shit, bro. The dude is one of them. The dude is one of them. Sun art, baby. He's a fucking goat, no matter what, man. And I can't wait to see him be able to use his moves like on purpose. You know what I mean? Like actually be able to control it and use it. But I think I remember there. I don't know if it's a theory that I've seen on YouTube or if it was like something that I caught like hearing it on the episode. I gotta go back. Not this episode. One of the older like last season. I might have to go back and rewatch last season to see what happened if I can catch it again. But I kind of remember somewhere that if he keeps using it, it's almost like Luffy's gear second, gear third. Like it takes away his lifespan a little bit. Um, and if that's true, man, this guy, it makes sense though, right? Because I think that's why his dad passed away too, because he was doing the dances. Um, oh man, oh man, this anime is so good, but it's just so much happening so quick. And I feel like the reason why I say it's too fast paced is because it's so freaking good, and you don't really get to enjoy a lot of like the 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 milestones that the characters have. You know what I mean? Like there's no point in time where like Tanjiro goes, all right, I'm gonna train my new move set, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. It's like but I understand, right? Because it's like the demons aren't gonna sleep for you, bro. They're just gonna keep going out and killing people. So it makes sense at the same time why it's fast paced. Because in real life, like if not in real life because it's an anime, but like in the moment in that anime, if you were in that universe, you wouldn't have time to be like, all right, let me go sit down for a year and train this thing. It's like, no, the demons are on the move too, man. The demons are on the move too, dude. You gotta get there, you gotta fight with whatever you got at the moment. While you're getting to your destination, you gotta train. But it would be nice if we could just savor, savor a little bit of the backstory, savor a little bit of the training, savor a little bit of like the even just like understanding how the moves work a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like if there was a little bit more explanation of what's going on some One Piece style, like if One Piece is extremely slow and Demon Slayer is extremely fast, there's probably somewhere in the middle that they can meet, you know. But either way, episode was freaking great. Loved it. The move set, the way that Tanjiro took out freaking 3 demons in like a millisecond, clean slices too, to the point where they didn't even know what the fuck was going on. They didn't see the fact that they were about to get spanked. You know what I mean? Like beautiful, 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 beautiful. Nezuko, for whatever reason, can kick a demon's head straight the fuck off. But get stuck under a little bit of rubble. Confusion maybe. Now, the pot guy, on the other hand, though, my theory on the pot guy, and this is literally off the dome, freestyle, like, I literally watched the freaking episode 10, 15 minutes ago because does anybody else have any trouble with freaking Crunchyroll? Like, this shit was supposed to come out at 11. My shit came out at like 2. My shit came out at like 2, and it was saying it was supposed to be out at 11. Like, what? But, regardless. So, this freaking pot guy, my theory is he's spawning these pots, right? But his specific pots, like the ones that he's coming out of, I don't think he can just take them out at will. I feel like if you take, there's a certain number of those pots that he could either take out or that he already placed around, right? And just because they're like regular pots, so they have no, you can't sense them because they're just regular pots until he gets in them. My point is, there's a certain number of pots, and if you can take them all out, then he won't have anywhere to teleport to. That is my theory. But it's either that he already has them pre-made, or he can only make a certain number of them within a certain amount of time or a certain time period. So even if it's like he can only make one of those pots every 2 minutes, as long as you take him, you bring him to the point where, like, he has to run away or teleport, there you go. In 2 minutes, I doubt it's 2 minutes. It's probably like, every freaking 3 seconds or 5 seconds or something. Something very, like, a really small time frame. That way it's harder. Um, which, to be honest, if that's what it is, bro, that's probably, I don't understand how he's like 3. We haven't seen much. By the way, him using the freaking water prison brought me straight back to Naruto, like episode 4. Not 4. It's probably like episode 7. Like the moment he said water prison, I was like, oh, Naruto episode 7. That's how much of a Naruto fan I am. But all in all, I would say very good anime, very good episode, very 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 good anime, and I hope that it's a 24 episode anime or season because this shit is going by very fast, very fast, and I want to see more of it. So if it's 12 episodes, I can see why it's going by so fast. It's only freaking 12 episodes. But I'm a little upset at the 12 episode thing that they're doing. Like the whole fact that like these longer form animes or what seem to be longer form are being condensed to like these 12 episode seasons is crazy. And I feel like Magi started that, to be honest, cuz once I read the Magi manga, I was like, "Oh shit." No, like, no wonder it's so fast paced because there's so much in the Magi manga, and then it's like they got to put it all in 24 episodes, and then all of a sudden now they're doing it in freaking 12, bro. It's crazy. But you know, all in all, 3 great episodes this week. If you have any anime that you want me to watch and then also talk about, let me know. I am going to watch Hell's Paradise. I probably will watch the whole thing this week and then give you guys my reaction on it next episode. The thing is that I usually watch anime, like new anime, like Hell's Paradise. I usually give it like 5 or 6 episodes, and then I watch it and like binge it. Because when you watch the first episode, people are like, "Oh my god, the first episode was amazing." The people who say that usually read the manga. They usually read the manga, and they're just excited to see something that they already knew, but now they're seeing it animated. Versus somebody who's brand new, has no idea about this anime, will watch the first episode and go like, "Oh shit, what the fuck is the hype is about?" It was like it's like the first episode is always set up. It's literally introducing characters and introducing the universe. So it's like, what are you talking about? Where this is so cool? Like, what is it that you're looking at that I'm not seeing? So I always give it like 4 or 5 episodes because around that time is when they introduce characters, introduce the universe, get a little bit ahead into the actual story, and then by like episode 5, you're somewhere in like an arc, somewhere in the middle of an arc where it's like, okay, now I can see where this is going, and you can appreciate what the actual anime is going to bring to you. So that's why. But I'll do. I think it's getting to 6 episodes now, so I will watch it this week, and then I'll come back next week with a review. All right, so let's talk a little bit about me, because I'm so freaking awesome. No, but for real. Really, I think it's a good opportunity for me to just introduce myself a little bit, and not really introduce myself in a terms like, hey, my name is Tehziii. I have black hair. Go to the gym. You know what I mean? Hey, look at that. Listen, it might not look like much to you guys, but to me, bro, you should have seen me like two months ago. And I just found out about creatine, bro. So watch, I'm gonna be looking like a scrumptious, dumb dilly umptious for the freaking summer, bro. I will say one thing though. Yesterday, I did this freaking. All right, so I usually do this workout where like you put you're on a bench, right? Like chest on the bench, and then you have weights and you're pulling them up like this. So it's like the row. It's like the row machine, but on a bench. And then I did the row machine yesterday instead of the one on a bench, and then I didn't realize like, oh, it's the same fucking exercise. Just one is on a bench and one is like you sitting up, right? So the bench one, I usually use 30-pound weights on each arm and go boom, 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 boom. And it usually is hard because that one is like free weight, so you gotta also stabilize it. The one on the bench is easier because you're not stabilizing anything. The machine is doing the stabilizing for you, so you're just literally just using the muscles and pulling and whatever. Well, because it felt easier, I went up in weight without realizing that I went up in weight. I did it on purpose, but I just didn't realize like how bad that was gonna be. I used 30-pound weights and I put the row machine on. I think it was like 85 or 90, something like that. So that means I went from 30-pound weights to 45-pound weights to do the same exercise, and I fucked up my shoulder. And the crazy part is the exercise felt easy. The exercise felt extremely easy for me, and it was like I didn't realize that I was gonna do the damage that I did to my shoulder. I did not realize that I was gonna do that damage, and it fucking hurts. The crazy part is like it does it like I can go like this, I can go like this, I can go down, I can even go like this, like I can move my shoulder. The moment I do some kind of motion like the row machine, like once I put my arm up forward like this, if I go, oh my god, it feels like I have a fucking pebble in between my bones, and I'm just like grinding my bone against the pebble or something. Like it's so bad. It feels so bad. But it's okay because I'm taking creatine. Creatine is a white cocaine like substance that's supposed to help your recovery. So hopefully it helps my recovery because I need it. But I've literally only taken it twice, so I don't think it's going to help much at all, but I hope it does. Um, but I will tell you one thing though. I have been like seeing some, like I said, like this might not look like nothing to y'all, but if you've seen me like maybe 2 months ago, oh my goodness, I probably had like my muscle, my fucking my biceps, forearm, whatever the fuck this is called right here. The measurement of this was probably like 10.5, 10.5 inches. You know what I mean? Versus right now it might be like 12, 13 inches. The last time I measured it was like probably like a month and a half ago, and it was 12 inches. And now is when I'm actually seeing growth. So it's probably like 13 inches. Even now it's still probably not a lot to some people, but to me, bro, that's a 2 inch growth. I could see the difference. I could feel the difference when I hold the muscle. Like and I can freaking pick up difference. Like I started off like not being able to do 15 pounds, like 4 sets of 15 pounds 10 to 12 times. Now I can do 10 to 12 times with the 20-pound weights 4 times. And then I'm moving on to I'm starting to think that maybe in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm gonna be able to switch over to the 25-pound weights. So good for me, good for me, right? My chest feels fuller, like just laying down like this, my chest feels fuller. I don't have to like flex it, it just feels fuller. On a good day after I take a nice shit, I have like, maybe like a 2 pack. It's great. Um but this is showing me this gym journey is showing me something that I never thought I would have, which is delayed gratification. You know what I mean? I have to work hard for something for a long period of time to get the results that I want. When I'm used to just kind of like sitting back and seeing some growth and every day like boom 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 boom, you know what I mean? It's hard to be able to do that, to like work towards something and know like, hey, you're not going to get it for a long time. And the gym is showing me this. The gym is showing me it because I know that the results that I want are coming in a long time, but I can physically see the difference. I can physically see, okay, I want to be up here, but I can see the fact that I'm not here anymore, that I'm here, you know? Just because of the way that my muscle looks, the way that it feels, even just picking up the weights. I have an app that I'm tracking, like what my max weights are, but I'm trying to do this all the right way and not hurt myself. You know what I mean? Like I just did. This was kind of like an accident. I didn't. It was just a stupid moment. But either way, I'm trying not to do that. So I'm keeping the weights as low as possible, but still kind of challenging myself to be able to grow the muscle. And I'm making sure that I'm eating a lot of protein, taking creatine, drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, making sure that my muscles can. I bought a heating pad today. I bought some CBD oil. Like I did what I can. I'm doing what I can to make sure that I feel good. Okay. But yeah, the gym, man. Anybody who wants to join my journey, come through because, like I said, this is part one. We're gonna get to part 472, and you're gonna see the muscle mania man over here. I mean, WrestleMania fucking dude over here, bro. Trust me. Every time I flex, I look at the freaking camera to make sure that I'm flexing in the right direction so you guys can see the actual muscle. You know what I mean? But no, for real though. One of the fun things about like doing like a podcast or an episode like this is the fact that like I love not the growth of the actual video or like seeing myself go from like 20 views to like 500 views. It's more like seeing part 1 and then a year later seeing part 52 and then 2 years later seeing part 122. Like I love watching a podcast and going, "Oh shit, I didn't realize I've been watching this for fucking 200 episodes." You know what I mean? And I feel like it's gonna be a different level of like, oh shit, I didn't realize I've been doing this for 200 episodes. That feeling that I get when I go, I can't believe I've watched this for 200 episodes. Is gonna be times 10 because I'm gonna be like, I can't believe I've been doing this for 200 episodes. I'm excited for this podcast. I haven't done YouTube videos in a long time, and talking is a strong point for me because I'm self-centered and egotistic. So I feel like it'll be easy for me to talk. But we'll see how it goes. I got a couple topics that I wanted to talk about, which I thought were a little funny. One is funny, and one is like, oh shit, I kind of feel bad for him. The one that I think is funny is the whole Cleopatra shit that's going on right now. Because let me tell you something. Me, as a black Dominicano, okay, I'm Dominican, so you can call me Spanish or you can call me black, whatever the fuck you want. Because for whatever reason, I don't get to fucking choose what I am. Sometimes people want to say Dominicans don't think they black. Sometimes people want to say Dominicans ain't black. So fuck it. I'm gonna say I'm motherfucking black. Okay? To be honest, if I did a 23andMe, I'd probably be like some fucking place in Africa. I don't know. I don't know like where they got the slaves from. That the ones that where the Spaniards got the slaves who and the ones that they brought to DR. I don't know where they got them, but wherever they got them from, I'd probably be like 80% one of them. I do have some cousins though that are like super fucking white, so maybe they're like 90% Spanish, and I'm not. I don't know. In the summer, I get mad fucking dark, so who knows? Here's the thing. The funny thing is though, me being black, whenever I see that weird shit of like people going, "Oh my God, you're turning Jesus white. Oh my God, you're turning Drake white." Whatever the fuck it is, whenever they have some movie where the character's supposed to be black and all of a sudden he's white, I'd be like, bro, as long as it's not Martin Luther King, I don't give a fuck. Put a good actor there and it's fine. That's all that matters to me, right? Like personally, I think like representation, like bro, what we should be representing is the goats. We should be representing like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, like those people are the ones that we should be teaching our kids about, not worried about the fact that fucking, you know, Static Shock might be Mexican. Like who the fuck gives a shit, bro? Or that like Wakanda, the movie Wakanda, it like got turned into like a Mexican movie or whatever. It's like, who gives a shit, man? Who gives a shit? Wakanda's not even what you want to be representing the fucking black community, first of all. Wakanda is a black movie, correct. Directed by a black man, correct. Owned by a white man. Like it, no matter what you say, it's still owned by a white man. And not only that, but think about like all that meant. Like now, back in the day, and this is Kanye. Kanye said this. Back in the day, you used to search up Black Panthers, and you got to learn about my guy Malcolm X. You get what I'm saying? Now you look at Black Panther, you see some movie owned by a white guy. Like, come on, man. That's not the thing we should be crying about. But what I thought was funny is that they fucking Uno reversed it on us, bro. They fucking pulled out the Uno reverse. We put out Cleopatra. Everybody was excited. She a black woman from Egypt. Da da da. Fuck nah. Egyptians got mad. Egyptians. You can't combat Egyptians. They're Egyptian. Egypt. Egyptians. Cleopatra is actually Greek apparently, so she should be white. And now the white people are all like, what the fuck, man? You shouldn't be taking our white freaking characters and turning them black. And then the fucking the Egyptians are like, yeah, yeah, she's white. And it's like, Uno reverse, draw four, motherfucker. I just think it's funny. But again, I still think the same thing though. I still think like, bro, who the fuck gives a shit? If she's a good actor, fuck it. Plus, also, Cleopatra lived in Egypt. She probably had a tan. She probably had a tan. She might not be. She probably Greek, but she probably had a tan. She probably looked black. So who gives a fuck? Listen, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. I have 800 subscribers. Okay, I have 800 subscribers and literally no input on how you do your business whatsoever. But I'm just here to say I feel bad for this man. I feel really bad for this man because he got put between that saying, you know, the saying between a rock and a hard place. It's like you love the guy, he's your best friend, Chris. I'm talking about Chris, by the way. But he's also like a ticking time bomb for the thing that you love the most, the thing that you worked at the most, right? Like this dude puts his whole life, blood, sweat, and tears into his channel, his videos, everything into this. But then also, this is his best friend, right? And I'm not gonna get into what he did or too much about him because YouTube likes to, you know, just fuck people up. So YouTube, don't worry, I'm not gonna say nothing much. But I'm just gonna say, Mr. Beast, I feel for you because I get it. I get it. Now, before you had the whole pot, before you had everybody on your side. Now you have fucking one side yelling at you that this is crazy. You can't be teaching our kids this, and you didn't even fucking do nothing. And then the second side is like, oh, he's not showing him enough love. He's mistreating him. He's using him for views. And it's like, bro, you did absolutely nothing. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, Chris should have stayed in hiding or whatever. He obviously, you know, he did it for his mental health. He did it for his own reasons, whatever. It's fine. Like, I get it. I support you in any way that I can, which I can't support you at all because who the fuck am I, right? But verbally, I can say, hey, I'm glad you came out. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing for your mental health, right? Everybody deserves to be happy. But in that saying, everybody deserves to be happy. Mr. Beast is in one of the most fucking difficult moments of his life right now, and he has to tread extremely lightly because of the fact that any wrong move and personally, I don't think that would happen though. Personally, I think like Mr. Beast is too big, and he's like, and also Mr. Beast is world fucking wide. Okay, Mr. Beast is world fucking wide. People in the DR, people in China, people everywhere fucking watch his videos. Okay, everybody watches his videos. So if half of the US decides we're gonna cancel him, my nigga, the whole fucking world is still watching him. So good luck. You know, since we're on the topic, you know what I mean? I wanna make a request on the first episode of the I Don't Have a Name Yet podcast, okay? The first episode, I wanna make a quick request. That request is gonna be like, hey, can we bring can 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 we bring back nuance conversations? Like, can we bring back like conversations that aren't black and white, where like you know what I mean? You can have multiple points that seem like they contradict, but they really don't if you just continue to like conversate and then listen and try and understand. Okay, like for example, the whole Chris thing. He deserves to be happy. He deserves to be whatever he wants to be. Good on him. Okay, now, but there's a limit. There's a limit here. I agree everybody deserves to be happy. I agree everybody deserves to be whatever they want to be. And to be honest with you, it doesn't affect me, so I don't really care. Now, that being said, stay the fuck out of the schools, bro. Stay the fuck out of the schools. I have a kid now. Okay, I have a child. He's 9 months old. And before, I didn't give a fuck. Before, like, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm out of school. I don't give a shit. Now, why the fuck are these weird ass sexual books in my or in my soon to be like, you know, kindergartner to like 3rd grade fucking library? I was reading Magic Treehouse and shit like that in like 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. My kid might learn about like erections and shit from a book, a color book meant for like a kindergartner to third. Like, what is that, bro? And this is where I mean, like, you can have a nuanced conversation, okay? Like, you can accept everything up to a point, and then be like, all right, but past here, it's a little weird. You know what I mean? Like, I support you being whatever the fuck you want to be until you want to be a man that's beating on women. Until you want to be a man that's like joining these swim meets and like demolishing records. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, we have to put like, okay, right here though, like, you know what I mean? It's not like, for example, you know, it's like, if somebody's mad at you, they're yelling, they're arguing with you, you're not gonna punch them in the face right away. You're not be like, oh, you just called me a dickhead, boom, punch in the nose. But if somebody goes, you're a dickhead, slaps you, then the slap is like, okay, that slap is a draw, it's a line where you're like, okay, you physically touched me, now I get to physically touch you. And that's what I'm trying to say. There's nuanced conversations. Like, you can go to a certain spot and be like, all right, I accept all of this until you get here. Then it's like, you're kind of pushing it, right? Like, even, for example, even with like the drag queen shit, right? Like, there are men out there who like to do that. There are men out there who like to wear women clothes and go like shake their ass. All power to them. You're never gonna see me in one of those meets. I don't know what they call them. You're never gonna see me in one of them. But why do you want to like read books to my child? And at first I was like, who cares? Like, I get it. Like, there's some families who are disenfranchised. They have this kind of situation in their household, and they want to feel like, let me represent myself in a way and bring, this is a good a way to represent themselves to a family, right? Like, if there's a family with a drag queen in it and they want to go bring their child so their child can understand that he's not like some, whatever, that there's other people around that do the same, it's like, okay, I understood, and I was like, makes sense. But then I started seeing like pictures of what the fuck they're wearing. And then you have like normal people, right? Like a man in a dress going and like reading a book to a kid or whatever. Fine. And then you have these weird shows though, where it's like a man surrounded by kids and like he's wearing fishnets and he's twerking. It's like, there's a line there that like you can say, hey, I accept all of it up until like right there. Once you get to like this part, it's like, no longer do I agree with what you're doing. And that's what I mean by let's bring back nuanced conversations. At some point, we got to be like, hey, stop fucking doing this and being like, hey, I'm here, hey, I'm over here, and then hating each other when like we really all should be somewhere in the middle. We really all should be somewhere in the middle. All right, this is going to be the end of this podcast. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comment section down below any anime you guys want me to watch that I can do in the beginning, any topics you guys want me to touch. Appreciate y'all. I hope that I upload this because it's my first one, and I might go back, edit this, and be like, nah, this shit was weird.